guys, we're going in to the new Revuelto. First thing we noticed, I think it's been 3-4 years since I've probably driven in any type of event. Hey guys, so I think it's safe to say it's officially car season. We had the PCNT PTN meet 2 days ago, and right now we're on the way to Pfaff for their open house. They usually do this twice a year, usually in the beginning of the season and the end of the season. And then tomorrow we have the Le Mans detailing cars and coffee. So I think crazy cars are supposed to show up to all of those. And then last video, or 2 videos ago I think, we were just in Connecticut, and we're gonna be back there a week today. We're gonna be back there, so there's gonna be some crazy stuff there. But right now we're going to the Pfaff open house. Usually some hypercars show up for these, so I'm pretty excited. I have really high expectations for this turnout, but let's go see what shows up. So we've arrived to the Pfaff open house, AMG GTR. We parked next to this really nice purple M4 convertible. The white wheels look sick on my car. Turbos, F12, and I think it's Bianco Fuji. Very, very cool. A few Huracans. Now there's somewhat of a theme here from what I'm noticing for how they set it up. So we have 3 SLRs right here, 2 black, 1 silver. And we have like 3 or 4 964s over there. So we're gonna go take a look at them. I think the speaker's right there, so it might get a little loud. And also I don't know if this is copyright claim, so we gotta figure that out. So I guess here we have some of the Pfaff project cars. So we have this F8, I think it's a Novitec kit on it. Very nice wheels, the splitter and stuff. Pretty nice tan interior with the blue accents. I actually really like the F8s. I think they look a lot better than the 48s did. And here we have an AMG GTR with these cool wheels. Now, for those of you who know, this is not a 911, this is a 959. Very, very rare. It used to be the fastest car in the world, doing 199 miles an hour, I believe. 444 horsepower. We've driven these on the channel before. Very cool. And then a very nice Countach here. I believe this is a 5000 Quattro valve. Very cool with this, like, it looks like a white interior with black. I can't tell if it's covers on the seats or it's black seats and white interior. Very cool. And then Phil rolling up in his SF90 Spider. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this one, and this is super cool yellow color with the red interior.
Park here, but they said no.
So this SF90's got this really cool red Alcantara, all the red interior with the yellow stitching, carbon steering wheel, the SF90 match. This thing looks so sick. I actually love these cars. The Spiders look so good. It's kind of the perfect car. The fact that you're getting a 1000 horsepower Spider for this price is unbelievable. So here we have an Eleanor GT500 and a new GT500. Unfortunately, I don't know what this guy was thinking, putting these like side vents and the rear vents on the GT500. Like, that's not factory. It's not very tasteful, to be honest, but carbon pack, so I do respect that. Turbo S cab, GT4 RS, black F12. Oh, it's a pretty cool GTR. 0.23 RS. So I guess the theme of multiples is kind of staying here, because we have one 675 LT, 675 LT Spider. I love it in this green, and there's the white one right over there. So 3 in you. Honestly, these cars kind of disappeared. Everybody that asked me what car to buy that's still going to go up, that hasn't gone up yet, I always say these. I think these are like the best LTs of the modern era, other than like F1s obviously. These are the coolest ones in my opinion. But then also we have 765 LT, which after I drove last season got a crazy amount of respect for. But just something about these 675s that is absolutely mental. Yeah, sorry for the music, it's super loud, but Carbon Series 675 LT, we saw in the crazy garage we went to with Shmi, part of the collection with the P1, the 918, all those cars. Next to that is a Carbon 765 Spider. Now this car, we also shot some of the cars. We did a shoot with a 918, I believe 2 years ago. I don't know if I filmed that, but the owner of this car has got Senna, I think he's got an S Ultimate, 4GT, a bunch of crazy stuff. And this carbon and orange McLaren Senna. You know, I've never really seen this car drive. I've seen it at a bunch of different shows. Auto show, I think it was there, but very, very cool. So inside we have the Artura. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the Artura. I think it looks a little too soft. I don't mind the 6-cylinder. That's not what bothers me. I just not a big fan of the look. 12C, again, these are starting to disappear. I like them, but obviously reliably, they're not very good. 600 LT Spider and a pretty nice silver 765. Oh no, 720, my bad. With this big carbon wing, that's why I thought it was a 765. Very, very cool spec. M4 CSL in the matte gray or frozen gray, very cool. Blue Spider. Ignore that, it's automatic, don't worry about it. Off to the 4C. GT4 RS. Honestly, I thought these were going to be rare, but in the last few days, we've been seeing these everywhere. I've probably seen 10 or 15 in the last 3 days. Green 760 V12. This is sick. Solo key, GT4, and a 575. Matte black SVJ. I feel like there's like 3 or 4 matte black ones in the city that kind of come out to everything. Ooh, A12 GTS. And then on this side is probably the coolest car to meet so far. The LFA, one of 500. This one very rarely comes out, so it's very cool to see it at a meet. GT3 Touring. So about to leave, I'm going to my car, and I just see I got outflexed by a GT4 RS next to me with red wheels, which is honestly my favorite. I think I said this in the last video. My favorite GT4 RS back in the city outflexed me, but too bad for the front plate, but honestly, sick freaking car. Well, let's go. I just realized this DBX is a 707. I freaking love these gray colors. It's the most like flaky metallic color I've ever seen. So randomly driving through Yorkville, you can't really see, but M4 CSL. Pretty random. I think this car was at the meet today. So now we're at Mina's shop getting prepared for tomorrow's meet. Some cool cars here. Roma, Z06, 600LT, 707 DBX. But the real cool car, boom, yellow Carrera GT. Very, very cool. This one was imported from France to Toronto about a year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years ago. We shot this with Zach before. Very cool car. Next to that, of course, the iconic SLS Gullwing. Kind of a cool 2-car, like 2000s combo. You got your raw analog V10, just like craziness. And a little more sophisticated, a lot of power, automatic, a little bit more modern. SLS is a cool 2-car solution for the 2000s era cars. So it's the next morning and we're back at Le Mans Detailing Mina's shop. Cars are starting to show off. We have Jerry Goose GT4, my GT4. It's red 992 GT3 being blocked by everybody. We'll go look at it after. The M4 again from the CSL video, and M2 as well. And of course the Bronco Raptor right here. So now there's a bit less of a crowd around the GT3. Super nice carbon ceramic brakes. I don't know which red this is, but I think it's paint to sample because it has the rare shades sticker on the back. Carbon ceramic brakes. Cool lineup so far, and more people are coming soon. I've been seeing this Lusso absolutely everywhere. Even pulled up at a light next to him yesterday. And then Oldie and the Aventador.
After engine light, after engine light, after engine light.
After engine lights?
After engine light.
Pretty sick view from up here. The CGT, the SLS, we looked at them yesterday. 600LT, Roma, Z06 Corvette, pretty cool. That was the worst launch I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, let's just stop doing that. Oh no, who saw this coming? Kids, so you don't act stupid. GT3 rolling in, and kids, the R32 got a flat tire, so yeah, don't do stupid shit on bumpy roads. I don't think it's a good road for this. Nice spec though. Front parking, what are you doing? What are you doing? So it's Monday, and in a turn of events, we have picked up a friend's Aventador S that didn't really have time to pick it up himself. Very cool spec. I'll show you the outside after. It's matte black and red interior, awesome car. So now I got a bit of a drive to go drop it off at his house. I think it's been 3-4 years since I've probably driven in any type of Aventador, V12 Lambo. Actually, no, any type of Aventador. And I really forgot what they're like. I mean, when you cruise in them, they're actually very comfortable, very quiet, but as soon as you start pushing it, they become violent, aggressive cars. As aggressive as they look. These things are worth the money if you want an exciting car that's gonna feel like an event. This is the car to get. Honestly, I freaking love these things. Soon we're gonna get to the destination. I'll show you guys the outside of this car. So guys, today is a bit of a rare occasion for two reasons. One, I'm a little dressed up. I'm wearing a blazer. I never, ever, ever dress up for anything. And two, we are going to a very, very important launch event. So, as you guys must know, once about every 10 or so years, Lamborghini comes out with a new flagship model, their V12, you know, top of the line model. And last time it came out, the Aventador, I was probably 13 at the time. So I wasn't at the age where I could really go to the events and experience and really get the excitement behind the new flagship car. Now I'm a little older, I'm more in the scene. New V12 comes out, so I want to get, you know, the full experience, see what it is when the car first launches, see them coming on the road. But today is kind of the first step of that. Today we're going to the Canadian launch event. I don't know if it's the Canadian one or the Toronto one, but we're going to go see the car in person for the first time. I'm super hyped. This is the car that's going to be the flagship supercar in the world, not just for Lamborghini, for the next probably 10 years. So it might even be the last gas engine supercar from Lamborghini, who knows. But let's go see it. I'm really, really excited. It's a very important car. It's a very important day. Let's go see what it's like. So a little hard to see because of the sun, but we met up with Jason. He's driving his Project A2, which he has barely ever driven. The car is at 992 kilometers on it right now. So when we get to the event, he will finally have 1,000 kilometers on this car after almost, I don't know, 3 or 4 years of ownership. So kind of nice to see this car out. So just got to the event, parked next to Jason right here. Some cars around, but what really caught my attention is right there. We'll go look at it. LM002. Bayside Blue R35 and a new NSX. Yeah, go along with the YYZ Curator vlog.
Roy's here with the helping at the
Yeah, I gotta help him out with all the names of everything. You remember the Lambo, but I had to help him with the LM002. The lot is fully packed with cars. Cool gold Aventador S Roadster and a Huracan. This is the spec I would do if I had to get an Aventador S.
Boring.
What would you do?
Look, here's something more colorful.
So star of the party right there are that guy's shoes, 100%. Look at those shoes, Jesus Christ. Okay, but yeah, a ton of people here. Hopefully we get to see the car soon. So before the event gets started, here it is under the cover. Very, very cool. Can't wait to take it off. We get to see the actual car, but outlines look pretty cool.
That one slaps.
So as you can see, there's a pretty big crowd around the car, so we're going to wait a little bit for it to die down, then we'll take a closer look. So here it is, the new Lamborghini Revuelto. Oh, the door's going up. Very nice. This is the first time I think I'm seeing the doors up on this car. Hybrid. The front end almost looks like a mix between a Technica and a Scion. Very cool. No center arc wheels on this one, so I'm guessing it's going to come on a higher up, more hardcore model. Yeah, so going in to the new Revuelto. First thing we noticed, the steering wheel honestly looks kind of like a Eurus wheel. It's not as aggressive. And conveniently, I didn't even plan this. Right before this event, the last clip was driving an Aventador, so we can really compare. But first thing I noticed, this looks like a McLaren screen. So does this, but it looks so much more modern, the Aventador, which is kind of nice, but not as aggressive. But it's pretty freaking cool. The starter switch right here. I like this thing. So the one thing I really got to give this car, the back end looks incredible. It almost looks like one of those special project Lamborghinis that they make 20 of. You have these two gigantic rear exhausts. The back looks so aggressive. There's no window for the engine cover, so it's almost like a Bugatti Chiron and Veyron, where the engine is just kind of right there for you to see, for you to touch without removing anything. The carbon around it. The taillights look like a Scion Countach type taillights. This thing's epic. So in the passenger side now, there's a screen right here that Ferrari's been having for a while. It kind of shows you all the stats, how fast you're going. So the passenger kind of feels like a co-pilot more than a passenger. But yeah, before I kind of said this, I don't like this and the screen right here. It looks like a McLaren. But other than that, they kind of modernized everything, made everything a little bit cooler. And yeah, the interior is very modern, but I think it got a little bit softer, a little bit less aggressive. And it's pretty narrow. It's not as wide as the Aventador feels. So now we're at the front of the car. So these lights right here kind of look like a mix between the Sion and the Technica. So it's a mix between a mass production car and a special projects car looks-wise. Let's see how it ages, if it kind of starts mixing into other supercars, if it keeps sticking out like the Aventador always did. But, you know, we better get used to this car because this design is going to stay around. This car's probably going to be around for at least 10 years until we get a replacement. So 10 years, you know, we're probably going to get every 3 to 4 years a little bit of a facelift, special edition, spoilers, whatever not. But overall, we got to get used to this design. So the wheels honestly are pretty similar design to like an Aventador or an Aventador S. It's not that different. But the doors, everything on the side looks a lot more, again, like a special projects car. So I'm just really, really, really hoping it's going to keep feeling that way and it's not going to end up turning to feel like a regular supercar. So let's take a look at some of the cars in the parking lot while everybody's inside. Aventador is literally everywhere. SF90 right there, but few Cullinans, as you can see all along. Ghost, pretty nice STO. So this is what I'm saying when I think it kind of looks like a Technica, but not really. So the shape of the bumper cut right here almost looks like the new headlights on the new Revuelto, but the actual headlights here are normal. So that's why I like what the Revuelto is different, but they kind of look similar from far. Got an OG Performante and an SVJ Roadster. But Huracan with some kit on it. Aventador S Roadster, another Huracan. Green STO looks very cool. No stickers, no decals. Orange SVJ Roadster. So green Huracan, again, best, just right there, picture perfect. First gen Aventador in white, that's how you got to do it. Performante Ultimate right here. I don't know about this. You got the basic small wheels that you would put on like the winter tires, big wing on a 580. No offense, but kind of meh. A few more Huracans. Yeah, SVJ right here. Very cool. This color on an SVJ Roadster just works so freaking well. I love this thing. Now, it's a Lambo event. Our boy Gary brought the 765 LT with a roof scoop, even though he has an SVJ Roadster. I guess you just want to stand out a little bit. Ooh. I heard a car coming, didn't realize it was an Aventador until the valves open up. But yeah, cool lineup here. Gallardo, Technica, Evo, and Aventador S. Now, I don't get surprised in the US when I see these, but when I drove past this, I was like, holy shit, it has 6 wheels in Canada. Nobody in Canada does things like these, so whoever did that, props to you. That thing's freaking awesome. Yeah, the SF90 driving past us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the first look of the new Revuelto frunk on the internet. I don't think I've ever seen one. I don't think anybody's bothered to show it, but here it is. I feel like it's a prototype, so some wires are showing, but pretty cool. Pretty spacious, not that bad, but I think nobody's ever bothered to show this on the car, so here you go, first look. What is this? You can charge the car through here. I don't know if that's the main charging port, but here it is. Okay, so we are on the drive back from the Revuelto event. So it was very loud in there, a lot of people, so I didn't really get the chance to say what I think about the car, my opinions about it overall. So this is what I think. I think they try to modernize the interior and perfect the car too much. And in my opinion, the issue with cars like that, especially with Lamborghini, is a part of the magic I find is that the car is not perfect. The car needs to have a bit of that kind of disadvantage over other cars, but a bit more craziness than the other cars to give it that magic of a V12 Lambo. Now, this car doesn't so much have that. I feel like this car is too good, which is weird because any other manufacturer comes out with a great car, you'll just be like, oh my god, it's amazing. But I feel like it might lose the magic of a V12 Lambo. But as a car, I think it's going to be amazing. The look looks like a special project car, but it also looks a little less wide, a little bit less aggressive than a regular V12 Lambo that we're used to. The interior looks like a McLaren interior with some Ferrari touches. you know, it kind of lost that Lamborghini touch in my opinion. Performance-wise, I think it's going to be freaking crazy. I love that they have the back, the engine cover, there's no glass on it. It's like the Bugatti style, which is awesome because I've never really seen another car company do that. But yeah, I think the car, I feel like people don't like it as much right now, including myself, but I do think it's going to be one of those cars that is going to age well. You know, everybody kind of hates cars when they first come out, and then they age well, and people kind of, they grow on people. I think this car will grow on people, and I think what's going to happen is eventually when the SV variants, the SVJ variants, all those cars come out, it will come back to the original model, what we just saw today, as the clean looking, like simple but elegant design of the car. The car's going to look crazy once it comes with an SV and SVJ because they're already starting off looking pretty crazy. But I think the car's going to grow on us. We're going to have 10 years for it to grow on us. I'm sure the car's going to be here until at least 2030 something, until the replacement. So we're going to have chances to improve it, whatever. I'm sure the first few years might have some issues, but overall the platform is cool. Kind of like an SF90 killer. So if you want an SF90, even a more aggressive body, this probably is your way to go. The one thing is the price is super high in Canadian dollars. The price starts at $750. Once you add options, you add the luxury tax, all that, you're out the door over $1 million, which is crazy for a production car, like a mass-produced car. But yeah, I mean, it's a new V12 Lambo. This is the beast. This is a legendary car, and I'm so happy I got to be at the party for the launch for that, because that's something I'm always going to remember. It's a car we're always going to remember. This is one of those icons that when we're 50, 60, 70, this is a Lamborghini icon. It potentially is the last gas-powered Lamborghini V12, so very special car, very special moment. It's going to age very well right now. It's got to grow on some people. It's got to kind of sink in, but very special car, very important moment, and I was so happy to be there. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.